All right, everyone to your places.
We're ready in here, sir.
How are we in the studio?
Stand by, sir. Hit the lights.
Yes, sir. Striking.
Quiet on the set, please. We're on in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to this, our St. Patrick's Day edition of the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
It's the Luck of the Irish. I'm Daniel Pineda.
And my name's Adele Quo.
Sure to be going, and it is our Irish show, a little bit of Irish for our St. Patrick's Day 2017. We hope you're enjoying a safe and sane St. Patrick's Day. We have the usual stuff here. News and Community Bulletin Board. Adele Quo is here with...
It's easy being green.
It is on St. Patty's Day. CVB, as I mentioned, Denise Pringle and her reviews, our news for seniors. And then a roll-in, and that's our show. But before we go, a social media reminder from my Senior Pineda partner.
Absolutely, Mr. Nolan. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News. And you guessed it, the number one. Also, facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News. Craig, to the news.
All right, to the news. Gracias, Senor Pineda. Here we go with the first of our stories. An Arlington-based woman has been accused by police of conducting the largest fraud scam ever in the county. 41-year-old Helen Agapabauunu, something close to that, obtained over $100,000 in welfare benefits over the period of 6 years. She was married to a lawyer who earned about $1.5 million per year. Daniel.
And Craig, on Friday, March the 3rd, county police arrested 2 men for a fraud operation that focused on elderly residents of Arlington. 32-year-old John Patrick Walsh and 31-year-old Mark Sisk, both from out of town, robbed senior citizens out of over $62,000 in cash. In September of last year, they posed as contractors and advised their targets to get some major home repairs or risk a fire emergency. Walsh received 7 years jail time with 3 years of probation. He also has to pay back the amount he stole. Sisk will spend 6 years in prison and has 3 years of probation. He also has to pay restitution. Craig.
And here's some information for you. If a quick reminder, in the wake of the recent almost snowstorm that we had, if you want to find out about the latest closings and delays, street cleanup progress, and that sort of thing related to the snow and ice issues, you can visit the county's snow and ice emergency page. Should be on your screen there, emergency.arlingtonva.us/weather/snow ice. And they'll have more information for you there. Daniel.
And Craig, the snowstorm may have you wondering about home insulation if you haven't already set this up. Residents can access up to $575 for insulation, air sealing, or water heater replacement. The program is supported by Arlington County, Arlingtonians for a Clean Environment, Arlington Initiative to Rethink Energy, and Energy Star. As of this month, over 220 residents have taken advantage of the home energy rebate. The money is expected to be available until June of this year. Visit the website, that's environment.arlingtonva.us/energy/rebates to learn more details and apply. Craig.
And it's that time of year again. Tax time is just around the corner, and taxes are due Tuesday, April 18th. If you need help with yours, then you'll want to visit places around town and not just at the library, where you can find free assistance. The Arlington Department of Human Resources, the ECDC, Enterprise Development Corporation, ARPS, Travel Team, and the Central Library and Columbia Pike Branch all offer support and help with your taxes. You must earn no more than $35,000 per year if you're filing as an individual, or no more than $54,000 if you're filing as a family. To prepare for your appointment, go to the website on your screen there, publicassistance.arlingtonva.us/tax. For details on locations, times, and documentation, you can also visit another website, also on your screen. It should be. If not, I'll give it to you here. AARP.org/money/taxes/AARP_ community-taxaid or community-taxaiddc.org for more information. We hope that helps you. Daniel.
And Craig, if you enjoyed engaging in financial matters and care about Arlington's future, then you may be interested in having a say in the budget process. You can read the details of 2018's proposed budget, read other people's comments on it, and submit your own input. That's at their website, budget.arlingtonva.us/propose-FY18-feedback.
All right, Daniel, and we'll be back with our CBB, Community Bulletin Board file, right after we hear from Adele Quo. And
It's easy being green.
Irish and green.
That's
Here's
right.
Adele.
To celebrate St. Patrick's Day,
Nice.
easy being green style. Joe Tree Frog and I aim to uncover the highs and lows of White House plant diplomacy and dig into the mystical roots and symbolism of the unofficial emblem of Ireland, the shamrock. A lowly plant, literally, not much more than a ground cover a few inches tall, shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Which is the real shamrock, please? Since 1952, the U.S. president has received a bowl of Ireland's most famous greenery from the Irish Prime Minister during the White House Shamrock ceremony. This plant diplomacy affirms to the 34.5 million Americans who claim Irish ancestry the close ties between the two countries. Unfortunately, our presidential team has screwed up the actual symbol of Ireland more than once and hasn't learned from past mistakes. Recently, Trump's team advertised St. Patrick's Day hats embroidered with a 4-leaf clover instead of the Irish 3-leaf shamrock. Sadly, Obama's re-election tee also featured a 4-leaf clover. What's the big deal? Going back to the days of the Druids, the shamrock was a sacred plant because its leaves formed a triad, and the number 3 was a mystical number in the Celtic religion. The Irish Gaelic word samrog means little clover and refers to the plant's 3 leaves. Further, legend says that St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland, used the 3 leaves of the shamrock in the 5th century to illustrate the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, as he introduced Christianity to Ireland. Over the years, many have tried to define which botanical species is the true shamrock, but there are nearly 300 species of clovers. Authorities claim Trifolium repens, white clover or Dutch clover, the common name, to be the original Irish shamrock. In a 1988 study conducted by botanist Charles Nelson, director of the Irish National Botanic Gardens, almost half of Irish people consider Trifolium dubium, common name lesser clover, the true shamrock, followed by Trifolium repens by another third. The real shamrock remains an unsolved mystery. If you're celebrating St. Patrick's Day, where everyone is Irish for the day, consider adding a touch of shamrock to your lawn. Planting Trifolium repens provides an attractive ground cover with many eco-friendly benefits. Plus, it might bring you a wee bit luck of the Irish if you find a mutated 4-leaf specimen. Isn't that fun?
Siemrog.
Simrog. I don't know Celtic or Gaelic words,
Close
but
enough.
You've been practicing.
That is
Some
a good name.
tough names there.
Shamrock, with only 3 leaves, though.
3
right?
leaves, not
only
4.
Not 4, 3 leaves. Although 4 is considered to be good luck as well if you
That
find a
is.
4-leaf clover. So I've heard. All right, thanks, Adele. We
Thank you, Adele.
appreciate it. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. As promised, now here we go with our CBB, Community Bulletin Board file. A lot of changes are happening around Arlington, but its size, the land area still stays pretty much the same. This means that the county has to make smart decisions about big growth issues such as land redevelopment, school planning, parks and recreation facilities, and public transportation. If you'd like to help shape the county by providing your views as a resident, then consider joining the Joint Facilities Advisory Commission, or the JFAC. They will host multiple small interactive roundtable discussions concerning the most pressing issues coming up in the next few months. These events are free, but registration is required. Also, each registrant can only attend 1 event per month. Some of the upcoming ones are March 21, 6:30 to 8:30 at Shirlington Conference Room. March 23, 7:30 to 9:30 at Washington Lee High School, take 2, room 1011, 1011. March 25 at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Langston Brown Community Center. They're down in room 109 there. You can also visit the commission.arlingtonva.us/JFAC to learn more about this commission coming up here and how you can help shape Arlington County. Good stuff. Daniel.
Absolutely great stuff. A lot of information there. Well, Craig, March is Arts in School Month. The purpose of this event is to educate, celebrate, and support the role of academic arts programs. Here are just a few of the upcoming opportunities to participate. Now through March the 18th, you can watch Signature in the schools, Smile Lines. On March the 21st, you can attend the Honors Concert, Junior Band, Junior Orchestra, Elementary and Middle School's Chorus. It will start at 7 p.m. at Kenmore Middle School. Finally, on March the 30th, you can listen to the WNL Jazz Festival. Visit the website, apsva.us/aps-celebrates/march-arts-schools-month for more information. That's a long one.
Maybe one more dash in there,
Yeah.
just for good measure. Also in our CBB file, Adapted Aquatics is a learn-to-swim program for children and adults with developmental disabilities. Volunteers will receive training to work one-on-one with participants in the water to strengthen and develop basic water skills. Arlington County Parks and Recreation is looking for volunteers at or over the age of 16 to lead these learning sessions. You can visit their website, parks.arlingtonva.us/US Therapeutic Recreation to learn more about this and other adapted exercise programs for both youngsters and adults. Daniel.
Craig, I love this next story. This might be for me. The Arlington Male Teen Program needs someone fluent in Spanish. If you're over 18, know a little bit about the county's fitness classes and the Recreation Center guidelines, then contact Arlington Male at 703-228-7790 to learn more. Craig.
And also, to learn more about other volunteer opportunities around Arlington, you can visit their website, volunteer.leadercenter.org. And News for Seniors coming up here. We'll be back with our News for Seniors segment right after we hear from Denise and her review. Here's Denise.
Key for Two at the Little Theatre of Alexandria is a classic British farce. Set in Brighton in the 1980s, Harriet, a divorcee, is struggling to pay her bills. She has found two gentlemen, Gordon and Alec, to share her bed and her expenses. She carefully schedules them to be sure they don't cross paths in her flat. In true farcical fashion, all goes well until it doesn't. In her director's notes, Eleanor Tapscott states that she loves farce, and her direction of Key for Two proves that love. In farce, timing is everything, and Eleanor has timed the chaotic events of this play to perfection. Charlene Sloan as Harriet shows the proper combination of charm and cleverness to execute the plan that her gentlemen are never home at the same time. She has invented a fictional mummy who is so moralistic that she wouldn't approve of her daughter's affair with a married man. Fear of running into Mummy keeps each man confined to his own schedule. Ironically, however, moralistic Mummy has a problem with vodka. This helps explain away Harriet's overspending. The schedule runs smoothly until Peter Harold's Gordon slips on a halibut in the kitchen and fears he has broken his leg, forcing him to stay past his allotted time. Inevitably, he encroaches on Alec, and Cal Whitehurst is thrown into the mix. They both interact with Harriet's best friend Anne, portrayed by Dana Gattuso, who is forced to play the part of a nurse when two angry wives show up. Because Gordon has told his wife that he is spending the night in a private nursing home, the trio of Harriet, Anne, and Anne's alcoholic husband Richard played by Justin Lattis, are forced to assume the roles of a ridiculous nursing staff. Anne and Richard also contribute some of the most physical slapstick stunts in the play. If laughter is really the best medicine, there is no wonder that Harriet's two gentlemen are quickly healed enough to go home with their wives. In typical LTA fashion, the prop and set designers have provided a lavish and realistic flat in which the ludicrous events unfold. Join Harriet through March 18th as she schedules men and mayhem with equal abandon in Key for Two. I'm Denise Pringle, filling in for Rich Masabny. Now back to the news desk.
On Key for Two. I forgot where it was. Arena? One of those places. Little Theater? Arena? Anyway, thanks, Denise. We appreciate it. Before we begin News for Seniors, a shout out and hello to the Pinedas out there.
Yeah, they're
Daniel's
here.
parents, Yvonne and Carlos, made it all the way from San Diego. How do you like the weather now? We hope it warms up for you. Thanks for joining us in our studio audience out there.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. As promised now, our News for Seniors coming up. We hope it is. Somewhere in there. All right, here we go. Artists watch the transformation from snowy winter to fresh spring blossoms and find inspiration. Adopting their techniques of observation and appreciation, art historian Joan Hart will illustrate the seasonal transitions with images from Andrew Wyeth, Vincent van Gogh, and American Impressionist John Twachtman, and also Childe Hassam. You can learn to live creatively by seeing through an artist's eye. That's coming up Monday, March 20 from 1 to 2:15 in the afternoon at Lee Senior Center. For more information, should be on your screen there, 703-228-0555. Daniel.
And Craig, Jane Lofschutz, Community Liaison for Home Instead Senior Care, will share the Protect Seniors from Fraud program, which arms family caregivers with a protective kit. The kit provides information on the latest scams being perpetrated on older adults. It offers a variety of resources and tools to help seniors avoid becoming victims of these scams. That's on Tuesday, March the 21st from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at Walter Reed Senior Center. Give them a call at 703-228-0955 for more information. Craig.
And also in our News for Seniors file, you can enjoy gentle flexibility exercises to improve your range of motion at the Connection Library in Crystal City. Andrea Bauman, certified fitness instructor, will teach participants how to enhance muscle tone, bone density, and balance, and lead a half-hour cardiovascular Take-Two workout to strengthen the heart and increase stamina. This class will feature great exercises using only a Dynaband. That's coming up Wednesday, March 22 from 5 to 6 in the p.m. portion of the day. The Connection is located at 2100 Crystal Drive. For more information and directions, give them a call, 703-228-4756.
Craig, I might need that one right here.
You
right
might
here.
need that one right here. I sure you will. Is that it? Do we have one more?
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
That's all.
Okay, we'll be back with bye-bye and another happy St. Patty's Day send-off for you right after we hear from Miriam Gennari and another installment of her Sustainable Scoop. Here's Miriam.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. Chronic illness in our country is rampant, but long before we need intervention or pills, our body sends us warning signs. Joining me today is Rebecca Metro. She is an RN, a yoga instructor, and she's also an energy flow coach. And maybe she can help us understand maybe what these energy warning signs are?
Sure, absolutely. Well, our body will often send us symptoms of disease, maybe some fatigue, maybe some dizziness, maybe some even shortness of breath. And we can kind of think of those as signals from our inner self to do something differently. So if we can think of symptoms as messages from our inner true self trying to guide us and become in alignment with the person that we really are. Sometimes we override ourselves,
So
and our
this-
body warns us.
But this seems also out there. I need like but you actually experienced this personally in your own life. So tell me about that transformation.
So a couple of years ago, I was training for a triathlon. I was playing tennis. I was, going to a boot camp. I had 2 young children. We had just moved to a new home, and we had switched my son's school. So I thought, easy, I've got it. And so I was starting to feel really tired, surprisingly.
How's that surprising, right?
Yeah, right. And then I got really sick the night before the triathlon. I thought, you know what? I trained for this. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to do it. And I did. And I said after the triathlon, I did great. I'm going to go home, and now I can rest. Now I'm going to rest. I'll get better. Well, I didn't recover for 3.5 years. I was very, very sick for 3.5 years. And during that time, I went to a lot of medical doctors, and they couldn't find a treatment for me. They knew what was wrong. They said, oh, you have chronic fatigue syndrome. This is a stress-related disorder. We don't have a treatment for you. So I tried a lot of different alternatives. I finally found a treatment in the United Kingdom that was started or founded really by a psychologist who had done a lot of work with chronic fatigue syndrome. And he started to hypothesize that this was a stress-related disease caused by an overproductive nervous system, a nervous system that is stuck on stress cycle.
Wow, that seems so strange in this peaceful environment we live in.
Exactly.
No, I'm kidding, but seriously, people are seriously suffering.
Yes.
And this is not only debilitating, but it causes other illnesses to be born from these problems.
Exactly.
So rather than, and therapy's great, going to therapy, but this is really a treatment that you've discovered.
Precisely.
So tell us how that treatment works.
So this is actually, you said very well, it's not a therapy, and a lot of people think, oh, it's psychotherapy because we're talking. No, this is a treatment. We start to decipher and translate what physical symptoms mean. They're trying to get a message across to you. I mean, they're trying to tell you something. So I tell my clients to start writing a journal, and they start writing a journal of all of their symptoms, of when their symptoms wax or wane, what they're doing when they're having symptoms or when the symptoms get better, who they're with, that kind of thing. And we start to talk about that. And we can find that the body is actually encouraging you to behave or do something in a different way when those symptoms crop up. If you learn to respond to them, the symptoms of ill health will go away as you take action.
So 3 years, and then how long do you begin to see a change?
So I started, I found Kyle in 2011 or 12, somewhere around there. I started working with him in July, and by October, I was starting to jog again. Now, I didn't go right from bed to jogging. I had been able to resume my normal daily activities. I could walk a little bit around the block. I'd become very deconditioned.
But you weren't self-medicating, I would imagine.
I was, no.
You were treating
it was severe.
yourself.
I was treating myself in a really different way. I mean, I developed a completely new relationship with my body, because my body is, anybody's body is really communicating with them all the time.
So you help people be more intuitive about the issues that they're having and address them on the spot. That's a wonderful part of their regular treatment. But you're also working with Kyle when he comes from the UK to do some workshops.
Exactly.
How do you do that in a workshop, in a weekend?
That is such a great question. And I'm sure a lot of people who have chronic fatigue, I'm like, I can barely get out of bed. How will I get to a workshop?
Right.
So we encourage you to bring, if you need to bring a pillow, bring a pillow. You know, if you need to bring some support, whatever you need, bring it to the workshop, because that's going to provide a wonderful opportunity for us to work one-on-one. We keep these workshops very small so we can work one-on-one, because everybody is different and every symptom cluster is different. So we start to work with them and start to show them techniques they can use to reverse out of their symptoms.
Okay, so if people are looking to get in touch with you, they'd like more information, they'd like to come and see you and maybe get some assistance with these issues, how do they get in touch with you?
So they can email me at r.metro@comcast.net.
Okay, and tell me some details about this special workshop that's going to be taking place that you want people to attend.
Okay, so the workshop is April 1st and 2nd, and the name of the workshop is The Intelligent Body. That is the title of Kyle's book that discusses and outlines this work. It's due in bookshops on May 2nd, but we'll have free copies of the book for everybody who attends the workshop.
Okay.
So it's the Intelligent Body Workshop, April 1st and 2nd at the Residence Inn Courthouse. I think it's a Marriott Residence Inn Courthouse.
Okay, so we'll have him come and visit. They can purchase his book, or they'll be given his book.
They'll be given the book.
Okay,
yes,
and I think we have that up on the screen for
Yes.
people to take a look at. And I want to thank you so much. You know, I am a true believer that our healthcare system is under attack, but something that we can do ourselves to take back our own healthcare is to take better care of ourselves.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Rebecca Metro,
Okay.
for being with us here today.
Thank you,
And I want
Miriam.
to thank all of you for joining me for another edition of The Sustainable Scoop. Thanks for listening and watching. Back to the news.
All right, thanks, Miriam.
Thank you, Miriam.
And her sustainable scoop, we appreciate that. And that's about it. When Irish eyes are smiling. We got to go,
Yeah.
Yes.
but that's about enough of that. But anything else? to
Yeah,
add
yeah.
before we go?
I want to first of all thank my
thanks to your
parents for coming, and then also my grandma Lucia for her 90th birthday. We just
happy
celebrated
birthday, Grandma.
this
Happy
weekend.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Grandma Lucia. I love you.
Happy birthday. And that's it. Anything else
That's
to
a
add,
wrap.
Miss Irish, down there before we go?
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St.
Happy Arlingtones.
Oh, the
Oh, we have a
Arlingtones. The
great-
Arlingtones.
yes.
I forgot about the Arlingtones. Maybe they have an Irish song in there, an Irish song or two. We're all looking at camera 3 over there. Anything else to add? Bill, would you like to say something? Maybe we can get the Pinedas to come in. Talk about the weather. Tell us how
Yeah.
nice it is out in San Diego.
New.
Okay, now we got to go. So thanks for watching this St. Patrick's Day
Thank
edition
you.
of the Arlington Weekly News. Next week, if you're there, we'll be here and we'll try it all again. Have a safe week. Bye-bye.
Jingle, 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 jingle all the way. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride. Soon Miss Fanny Fried was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank. Misfortune seemed his lot. We got into a drifted bank, and then we got a song. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A one-horse open